Hi, Jeep here. Welcome to episode 11 of my Let's Play with Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, Rote to Bucht 2.0. Um, so I've got a real problem, and it's an annoying one. It's one I've had before, and it's finally reared its ugly head because I didn't pay enough attention to it. The happiness, we're kind of maxing out, and it's, basically on the slow drop. This city isn't really that big of an issue. We're doing pretty well in the happiness zone here, but we do want to make sure that that continues because it's really the only one that's above 80%, which is where the other cities need to be. Here's the new city. Well, not the newest city, but you can see a marked difference in the numbers here, roughly 10% lower, and dropping, and even worse here. Um, the issue is something that I ran into in my first Let's Play. Has to do with um, something called crime. Now you can see that every the average is like every building is 3 or 4% uh, crime when it should be 1 or 2 at the very most. And you can see the same scenario here. These are 2 or 3, so maybe it's not quite as bad here, but it's not great. There's a little bit of 4% over here. And when you look at the starter city, it's in a much better place. 1 to 2% across the board. What's happened is we have. I just want to show. I want to pick the police station. So we got the police station here, and this one has 4 cars, and not 100% sure what the real issue is here, but what's gone on. Like they've got all of their crime cases here all handled and dealt with. So that's good. I don't know if that's a case of, pardon me, smaller population, less numbers able to deal with it. Um, but when you look here at the police station, we got 6 cars and basically an unlimited supply of crimes that are not going to get resolved. 5% chance to solve, 97% limitation. It's almost dropping off the end of the list to do, and that just makes people unhappy because the police station runs their investigation and nothing happens. The criminals are let free back out in the world. They gain a little more crime, or sorry, brain's gone numb. Criminality, if you will, and it just revolves. This is probably a better way to put it. Same scenario here with our police station there. So we got 6 vehicles, and again, an unlimited supply of crime to manage. When I had this in my first playthrough, basically it was one city, which was good. What I had to do was build a couple more police stations, which we don't have room for. And I had to drop the numbers way down in terms of the number of vehicles. I would probably only have 2, so that we didn't have this situation. Criminal cases backing up, driving the down because the criminals are all let go. So basically what I'm going to do is build a couple of new police stations. Well, hopefully I can build a couple. I don't know where I'm going to get through here. I honestly didn't think about the road on this side, and when I put our secret police in over here, that was a real problem because what it did was it blocked any chance of getting out this direction. So yeah, I gotta try to figure something out. I don't want to break this all up. There's just Anyway, kind of rambling on here now. So I need to find a solution. So I can quite easily get a police station in over here. Sorry, that's state infrastructure, fire, hospital, crime and justice. There we go. I don't know that I'm going to go with a smaller. I don't know if that's a good idea to go with a smaller one. In fact, I think it's probably a great idea. But it may not option. So I'm going to put one here. Oops. And I think what I might do is put another one here, because I can't get another one in the town without ripping a whole bunch of stuff apart, which I really would prefer not to have to do. Let me put a police station in here, and hopefully that'll take care of a lot of the crime that happens in, excuse me, in the industrial area. So actually, if I put it on this side, then it's covered by the vehicles will be covered for taking care of the maintenance. So let me put this here. So there's the two of those. And now let's go back over here. And the police station was up here, so I'm going to put one. This city, I left access to the roads, so that makes things a little bit better. I'm going to put one in there. Put another one here if I can get. Oops. Oh yeah, I've got water. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll put another one in here. And yeah, I'm gonna continue on with this. Excuse me. I'm gonna go into a jump cut. So I'm gonna get these built. Where's that? There. There. Let's see. Do we have? We got a mechanism there. Mechanism there. So that's fine. And here, I don't. This one. Still have to sign both. Didn't up quite enough. And then did I do? Yeah, I did it here as well. So yeah, we'll get these done, and what I'm gonna try is obviously to have this correct itself. The problem that I'm going to have is the fact that, if I remember correctly, it took a couple of years to actually get it under control, and I don't know that I have a couple of years before I start dropping happiness way down, population drop, and the rest of it. So if that's the case, then what's going to end up happening is this is going to be the end of the series. So we'll see what happens there. Going to jump into the jump cut. So if anything of note or interest happens, I'll let you know. And I may end up running this for a couple of years to just to try to get out the other side of the crime hole. So anyway, catch you on the other side. Cheers. Well, I'm back. I got the other 4 police stations built. One here, one there, with footpaths that make it possible to reach from the. Try to get as many people in as we can. What we want to have is all the police officers and police staff basically the whole time, because we need them to be able to churn through all the crimes. So it's not doing too bad, and I'm actually, it's starting to build up, but it doesn't. It's not like it's as out of control as the original one was, and I think this one's getting back a little bit better. I haven't deleted any, because that when you delete a whole bunch of crime cases, you take a big hit in your happiness, and I'm not willing to walk into that buzzsaw at this point. So I'm gonna let it run for a little bit and see if we can it reduces down and gets to a reasonable number. If it doesn't, then in the main one, the one that has more people, what I'll probably end up doing is getting rid of a vehicle. I transferred the vehicles from the original police stations to the smaller ones. Not seeing quite as much of an improvement number of case-wise in Laval. In fact, it may just plain be something that I need to deal with by getting rid of another vehicle, because then we'll have even fewer cases coming in. So we're starting to get a little bit overrun with the police stations in Laval, or the two. There's this one and this one. So maybe just I have to figure out another way to get another police station in here, or reduce the vehicles down again. This police station here is not so bad. It seems to be managing the cases that it has well enough, so that's a good thing. But it's really just policing this area down into the city a little bit, but with 2 cars, it's only going to cover that area, mostly the industrial area there. So I don't know how much of a load it's relieving. So that's where it's at. I'm not, we're down under 24,000. I watched it between 23,999 and 24. Was in during winter, so hopefully maybe we'll increase our population back up over 24,000 by the end of summer. So everything else it seems to be going along reasonably well. I had to do a little bit of babysitting with the rail. The second vehicle I bought is now building the bridge, so that's good, and we're getting quite near the customs house, so that I can pick up those other 2 faster builders. You can see he's right there now with this. He'll lay that track and then have to do all the electrical stuff. But yeah, the real issue at this point is the police. So I just wanted to give you wanted to fill you in on what was happening with the police stations, and if I do decide to drop a bunch of stuff out, I'll come back and show you what happened. Anyway, another jump cut coming up, so catch you on the other side when there's something interesting to talk about. Cheers. Well, I've let this run for a couple of months now. We're into April. We ever recovered the population that we lost last winter. Lifespan's going up, and this is also getting better. So, I mean, back to where it was. It's not where I would expect it to be, obviously, because of the police situation. And I think in Mezina, it's close to being able to being self-sustaining, although it kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. I think what I might do is, well, not what I'm going to do, just based off of what's there right now. We got enough. We're down to about a page, so I think we're in the two smaller ones. We're keeping up, but we're not in the large one. So I think I'm going to get rid of one of the vehicles, and just so we're not bringing in more cases than we can handle, because what happens is it just adds to the list, and you get more and more and more that aren't getting dealt with. So if you were brought in, we should be able to get caught up at some point without having to manually delete them. Laval, however, is a much bigger problem. They've got far more. I think this just is something that I have to get rid of the vehicles. I may end up having to. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to remove the cases or not, but we're even getting to the point in here now that the smaller ones that I've added, excuse me, are also. Well, this one isn't that bad at this point, so I'm not going to do anything with that. But the idea behind that thing is the people that we do catch, we want to have them processed completely through the system, and if they're not, their criminality increases, and it just snowballs and gets worse and worse and worse, and just can't sustain that. So we just need to keep at least the people that we do catch, not that we're catching all of them, but the people we do catch are put through the system and rehabilitated. And I know I'm not a politician, but through our system, through the courthouse, through the penitentiary and prison, and dealt in terms of going back to zero criminality, so that we don't just get into a major spiral. Hoping we're not there with Laval yet. I'm going to give this a few more months and then decide if I need to actually drop some of the cases. So yet another jump cut coming up. See you over in a few months. Cheers. Well, we're back. Or I'm back. The plan's working quite well for Mezina police station. We're down to next to no crimes being investigated, so they've chewed through everything. The list in Laval is getting shorter, for sure, so I'm going to continue to let that run, but I'm noticing a problem that I'm having with those, I was calling them satellite police stations, but the small ones. Basically, what's happening is they just don't have enough people, even with one car, to process it. I mean, we're definitely making progress, but they're spread so thin because they don't have the numbers. So I suspect they built the wrong one. So I think what I'm going to have to do, at least in Mezina, I don't know if I'm going to have that opportunity. I might be able to do it in Laval. The one that's in the industrial area, it's not doing too bad, but it's still not great. And I think I might have a fix for the numbers situation up there. Basically, turn the nuclear stuff down so that we get more police officers working there rather than in the police station. So we'll do that. But what I want to do is I want to find a mod that's going to give me, going to be in about the same size, if you will. That's that's going to allow more people in. Yeah, see, that's not big enough to work and not take up an absolutely huge amount of space. Now that's pretty big, but we do have water. Let's see. Yeah, we got water and sewage. And we could probably put that right in the middle here, and then hook it up to 2 sets of footpaths, and then transfer the vehicle over and get rid of the other one. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Here, yeah, mechanism, and also please let me know when it's done, and then we'll transfer everything from here over to there. Hopefully we get more people in working there. This one down here, I'm not. I mean, I suppose I could build the same one. I mean, it's just, it's got all the. Yeah, just going with it. Find me when that's done as well. So, yeah, it is what it is. I don't know how else to manage that. I got there's a little bit of space here, which is will probably work, but I don't think the same one is gonna fit in there. I mean, this is not a bad number, but it's way too big. I suppose I could put it right there. What are the numbers on? Oops, the numbers on that 20 and 35. Yeah, that's yeah. These smaller ones that don't have enough people. Just there's not much you can do about it. So I'm gonna let me know when it's done as well, and then we'll tie this into the footpath. Wow. Okay, got one of them done already. Who's that one? Well, the first one for sure. That would make sense. And we better get the footpath in place as well. Eh? I don't know if the footpath, if I can get it to sneak through here. Yeah, it's too tight. Yeah, it's just not gonna go through there. Fine. Could run it right through here and down, or I could continue this down to the road. get people close enough to it to go work. Yeah, I should, hoping there's enough. Yeah, there's a good portion of the city that can get there. So yeah, let me know when that's done, please. Thank you. This one, yeah, it's almost done. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna build this and let it continue on. I'll do one more jump here and see if what we can get dealt with. So see you on the other side. Cheers. Alrighty, well, it looks like we are making some progress. I've got these other, excuse me, police stations up and running. Just clearing the rubble from the rest of the smaller building. In terms of keeping everything under control, doing pretty well. I'm gonna leave it that way, at least in messing it for a little while to see what happens. I may increase the number of cars to 2. I'm not 100% sure at this point if I'm going to do that or not, but we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty close to calling it an episode at this point. We've got I've got lots of lots of footage to go through and get sorted out, and figure out. I think, like I said, we're making progress. So there probably will be another episode after this one, just so I can follow it through. But if it gets, find these police things a little bit on the tedious side. Some of it doesn't make sense. The more cars you put on, the phones you get. I sort of get it, but I also feel like there's anyway. It's a weird one. You can see our happiness has dropped down to 69%. Looks like we're having some phonics issues. I don't know specifically what's going on with that. Yeah, we're getting more complaints about arrival to prison, so that's good. Laval is definitely dropping down. This is the main one that we had initially, and this one that we replaced the small one with is doing just fine as well. So this guy, not so much. I just can't get police officers there, so I'm not. I mean, it's a little bit better. I messed around with the bus stop to get stuff done. Try to get people moved there, but yeah, didn't work as well as I wanted to. And for the rail, he's on his way back to start the next little sections. We're up here. I put a whole bunch of signals in place so that these guys can more or less work on their own. I haven't got it completely signaled up, but it's not. It'll allow them to work on the main. This guy's here. We've got right down to there, so he's going to work on this section next. You can see that's the next section here, and then I can't remember which one he said to do after that. It'll be one. Anyway, we're making progress. We've got demolition. Another demolition done, so we can get rid of the footpath and the road. Cancel that road and cancel this footpath, and then we will call it an episode. Yeah, thanks for hanging with me today. Kind of a different one. Just monitoring the police situation. Hopefully it's on the right track, but we'll see. Next episode will be kind of the do or die, or the tell all. At any rate, have yourself a wonderful day. I hope to see you in the next episode. Cheers.